Hi everyone. This is a 10-minute video intended for anyone struggling with grief or loss. So it's a short sequence to ground you, to open your heart, and to connect you with your body and with your breath. So we're just going to start in an easy pose, sitting either cross-legged or any seated position that feels comfortable. So maybe wiggling through the sit bones and finding a comfortable position as you connect with your breath. You can close your eyes. You can softly gaze down at the floor or anywhere that's comfortable. Just allowing your breath to fill you up all the way in through the chest, down to the belly. Completely filling the belly with air. And then as you exhale, releasing all the air from your lungs and just noticing the emptying out. So inhaling through the nose into the chest, into the abdomen, filling the belly up. And then exhale, releasing and letting go, allowing the body to release the air, to release stress. And one more time at your own pace, just allowing your body to fill with oxygen, with air, allowing it to enter the belly. And on your next exhale, maybe allowing a longer exhale as you release and let go. So connecting your body to the mat, noticing the sit bones firmly grounded into your mat, and then elongating through the spine, lifting through the crown of the head. Can you make yourself a little taller? And just notice what it feels like. Notice the chest as it opens, if that feels safe to do so. And then we're going to plant our right hand down and we're going to lift the left arm up and overhead, bending through the right elbow, maybe looking past the left armpit, turning the chest towards the ceiling, and then coming back to center and pausing a moment. And then exhale, bending into the left arm, reaching the right arm, turning the chest, maybe looking past the right armpit. And then coming back to center. We're going to do 2 more times just like that, reaching up and over, bending into the right elbow. Can you turn the chest towards the ceiling? Maybe reaching a little further through the left arm. And then coming back to center to switch sides. Left hand drops, right arm reaches up and over, maybe turning the chest towards the ceiling, reaching through the right arm. Can you extend through the crown of your head, making your spine long? And feeling the stretch down the right side of the body. And then coming back to center. 1 more round, bending into the right arm, lifting the left arm up and over. Maybe looking past the left armpit, reaching further through the left hand as if someone is gently pulling your fingertips and lifting your chest to the ceiling. And then switching sides, left hand drops, right arm reaches up and over, bending into the left arm, reaching through the right, turning the chest towards the ceiling. Imagine that someone is pulling gently on your right fingertips. You can feel the stretch down the right side of the body. And then coming back to center. Maybe hands come to heart center, setting an intention for this brief practice. Just allowing yourself to be present in this moment, in this time that we have. And making choices that serve you. And then coming onto all fours, so our elbows are going to be over our wrists, our knees are under our hips. Coming into cat and cow. And you're gonna see me on my right fist just because I have a sore wrist. So the hands can be flat on the mat. Unless you do have a sore wrist, you can make fists. And then as you tuck the tailbone, lift the head, lifting the head, looking to the ceiling for cow pose. And then rounding the spine, tucking the hips, looking towards the back of your mat into cat. So inhaling into cow. And then exhale into cat. And then a few more rounds on your own time with the pace of your breath. And when you're ready, you're going to plant both hands, finding a neutral spine, and then you're going to reach your arm out, right arm out into the side, and then thread under the left. The right side of the head is going to come on the mat. So my left arm can reach forward here as I thread the needle, keeping my hips stacked over my knees. So you'll feel the stretch down the left arm, maybe the right shoulder. And if this is enough, you can just stay here and breathe, feeling the chest turning towards the left. If you want more, you can always bind your left arm around your right thigh. You can lift the left leg if you're more advanced. But if you just want to stay here with the left arm planted onto the mat, that's perfectly fine. Just taking a few cycles of breath. Noticing your inhales and your exhales ground you into your space and allow the body to open. One more cycle of breath. And on your next exhale, planting the left palm into the mat, unthreading the right arm, and taking a round of cat and cow, maybe a few rounds of cat and cow, and just allowing the body to neutralize before we move to the other side. And then from here, my left arm is going to come out to the left. I'm going to thread under the right. My left side of my head is going to touch the mat, and my right arm is going to reach forward. So be mindful that my hips are stacked over my knees, feeling the stretch down the right side of the body and through the left shoulder. Breathing here. Again, you can wrap the right arm around the left thigh. You can always lift the right foot for a more advanced posture with more activation, or you can just stay as you are, finding the stretch. On your next exhale, planting the right hand into the mat, unthreading the left arm, finding a round of cat and cow. And again, if you see me on my right closed fist, that's just to protect my sore wrist. So you would have both hands flat if you don't have any issues. I'm going to bring my right knee to the middle of the mat and step the left foot back as I plant into my right palm, or for me, my right fist. And then reach the left arm up and overhead, coming into supported side plank. So you can even kickstand the right foot back if you want more support, or just be here. If you want to be a little more challenged, you can lift the left leg. And to play with your balance, you can look up, you can look to the side, but for more stability, you can look towards your right hand. And the foot can be down or up. Just taking a breath here. And when you're ready, if your foot is lifted, bringing it down, turning and coming into all fours, tabletop. Again, a round of cat and cow if it feels appropriate. Helps to neutralize your spine. And then planting your left hand in the middle of the mat, lined with your left knee, stepping the right foot back so my left arm is under my left shoulder. I can step my right foot back here. I can always turn my left foot for more support or keep it pointed towards my right. And then for more of a challenge lifting the right leg. So again, your leg can be down or up. Can you feel the center of your chest turning towards the right, wherever you are? Taking a cycle of breath here. And then bringing the right foot down if it's up. Placing the right hand on the mat. The right knee comes down. And again, taking a round of cat and cow. And when you're ready, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, coming into downward facing dog. So my heels may touch the floor, but for a lot of people, just based on anatomy, they will not. Hands are firmly planted into the mat. And we're pushing our chest back towards our thighs. You can pedal the knees out if that feels good. You can rock the hips from side to side. Feeling the stretch down the back of the legs. And then walking the hands towards the feet and keeping a generous bend in your knees, grabbing opposite elbows or forearms, letting the belly come to the thighs. You can also bring your forearms to the top of your thighs if you need more support, or you can just hang and ragdoll. So some people like to rock side to side. Some people like to grab on the other side of the legs for a different stretch. And then as your hands come to the mat, can you keep your head hanging heavy as you slowly roll up so the head is last to lift? So one vertebrae at a time, rolling up. Coming into mountain pose. So my feet can be together or they can be hip width distance. And this is just a preference. Palms facing forward. So just noticing the feet planted firmly into the mat, engaging through the calves, through the quads. Noticing the base of support at the hips, supporting the spine, bringing the shoulders away from the ears, and elongating through the crown of the head. So finding length here. And as we inhale, we're going to bring our arms up and overhead and just sit back like we're sitting into a chair. And then exhale back into mountain. 2 more times just like that. Bending back into chair. And then exhaling into mountain pose. 1 more time into chair. And then exhaling into mountain pose. Now this time we're going to come all the way down. However you get there, just avoid plopping on the mat. So as you come into chair, your hands can come to heart center or stay overhead as you come all the way down into a seated posture. So just taking a moment in seated posture, maybe wiggling around, and then lying back with the soles of the feet together. The feet can be closer to you or further away, and hands can be on the body by your sides facing up or down. And just allowing yourself to breathe here. Maybe closing the eyes, noticing the sensations of the body. Maybe it's different than when we started. Just taking that in as information. And when you're ready, extending the legs long, coming into your resting pose. Just allowing yourself to be here, to rest. Maybe closing your eyes. Maybe finding a soft gaze. As we focus on the light within that is free of all suffering, we can find peace. The light in me bows to the light in all of you. Until next time, namaste.